They're not going to be. They're like, oh, look at that. We got a service combat. Here you go, guys. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Let's see. Surface. No, it's the little guys. I'm sorry, dudes. Well, when in Rome, expend ammunition. Hey folks, it's Pat here. Welcome back for our fourth battle in the Philippine Sea, and what will probably prove to be our very last video in our American campaign of Carriers of War 1992 here. So let's see if we can send the Japanese out in style. We got Task Force 58 all bunched up right here. Sent some battleships out here yesterday to run down some carriers. So if you didn't watch that, definitely go watch that one. All right, because I'm still kind of, that was like, I recorded that like 2 days ago, and I'm still tickled pink about it. So we've got American fast battleship group out here, and then of course all our carriers here. So let's check them out. Here's our carriers. They should get a lot of these planes patched back up, and so we're going to use that to our advantage. Oh yeah, these have almost full flight groups, no damaged planes on them. We've lost, well, I don't know, I'd say probably about maybe a quarter to a third of our air group in total, but you know, we've got more than enough to punch the Japanese pretty hard to mop up whatever's left tomorrow. Now, this group here, I think, is just one or two little destroyers, so we're not going to worry about them anymore. They're gonna skedaddle out of here. They don't want to run in those battleships again. But we got to think about where the Japanese are going to go. We don't want our battleships to get too far away from our carriers. All right. And I think the other sightings were down around here. All right. So they're probably heading up here towards Okinawa. So I'm tempted to position ourselves kind of here a little bit, but make sure that our battleships are at least within striking range to protect us for the remaining couple hours of dark that we have here. Because as soon as we send up search planes in the morning, whatever we spot, we're gonna just nail it as hard as we possibly can. So let's send our battleships out here. Let's peel down some speed and let's chase them with the carriers. All right. So these guys are all bunched up, and so we can pour on just a tad bit of gas. Get these two guys to tighten up with the battleships here as well. And then search planes for tomorrow. Let's make sure, yeah, we're covering our bases here with these guys. So we'll spot something pretty quick if it's anywhere near us. And so we know we got 3 heavy Japanese carriers. We know that, let's see, the 2 seaplane, converted seaplane tenders, the Chitose and the Chiyoda, were still out there along with the Junyo and her sister. And I think there was at least one. I don't have to think about it. I can look. So let's go do that. So yeah, the Hiyo, the Junyo, and they had the Zuiho and the Ruiho. All right, so there might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more carriers still spooking around. I'm pretty sure we probably blew up a couple of these. Otherwise, they wouldn't be booking it that hard yesterday. But if there's anything left, we're going to put bombs on it here very shortly. And so, and again, these guys are just they're going to spook out of there. We might bump into them at night, which would be really unfortunate for them. But then again, we got to cool down the battleship guns a little bit, so maybe we'll leave them alone too. The 2 destroyers show up, and we just, we'll let you go, man. So go home and tell everybody what we did. Do the 300 thing. So, all right, there's a sighting right there. All right, we got to break this. Let's break this. So there's a sighting, something. Let's go see what that something is. So, because we know this one that's close to us is probably just that minor group. It's got a carrier in it. How many reports do we have? At least 1 carrier, maybe 1 carrier and a burnt carrier. So let us spool up that strike, shall we? That is sighting number 1, and of course sighting number 2 is just that little minor group. We'll let our boys fly over them and wave as we go ahead here and start to mop up whatever is left of the Japanese fleet. And remember, we still have the 2 large battleships out there, the Yamato and the Musashi. And We could probably provoke a battleship fight with them if we really wanted to, but I think the battleships have gotten their moment of glory in here. Although you never know. You never know. I didn't think they were going to catch them the last time we were playing this, but they sure did. And we're just spooling up everything. We're going to send everything at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll have more than enough time to launch 2 strikes today. If they do have a carrier there, I guarantee there's not much of an air group with it, but we're going to send the Hellcats anyway, just to make sure that we shoot down anything that's left. And here we go. Let's just go ahead and punch all of these guys in. Monterey doesn't have enough planes to launch. Cabot does now. Let's see how many of those. They got 8 Avengers up and ready to go. So good job, Cabot. Because I think yesterday she was out of planes for a bit there. Enterprise can send most of her birds. Getting a little low on Dauntlesses there. But to tell you the truth, she probably sent some out on search planes. Although they're also sending out Hellcats on search planes. Which I imagine that was historical just because of the range on them. But, and because we've got so many of them. But Dauntless and the Avenger in particular, well, and the Helldiver were a little bit better at that just because you had more eyeballs on board. So Hellcats just got 1 guy. So, but then again, like we said, we got a hell of a lot of them, so we might as well just send them all out. So, I feel like Johnny Draw the short straw today. You got to go out on recon patrol rather than shoot down more Japanese planes. Let's go ahead and run this. Oh, wait, let's break that real quick. Let's do the same thing with the battleship, shall we? Since we have a sighting out here, and they're booking it. What's their speed? What's their speed? 25 to 30. They are getting out of here as fast as they possibly can. I don't know if we'll be able to chase them down, but there's nothing in the world that's going to keep us from trying at this point in time. So just make a beeline for those guys. 120 miles, and they're only making, well, maybe at most 3 knots difference. Yeah, we won't see them today. But you never know. There's a third sighting. Did you see that? I think there's a little third sighting right there. Break this real quick. We might have launched our carrier fighters too fast, or strike here too fast. So 1 carrier. That's that minor. And then there, 8 carrier. Yeah, right. That guy's a little optimistic. Oh my god, I spotted the whole fleet. He's like, no, you didn't, man, but, you know, appreciate it. Let's run that 5 more minutes and see if we can get that one a chance to update. Maybe 10 more minutes. Give him a second chance to take a look at it. But, you know, I guess, you know, it's possible that there could be like 3 or 4 of them there. I just find that unlikely. And again, just another curveball this game, and there's no previous sighting report there. 16 capital ships. That's crazy. 16 capital ships in that one. There's only been 1 sighting at 6:25, so that sighting hasn't updated. Sighting 2 and sighting 3. Okay, alright. I mean, I guess we could send the battleships towards them. They're certainly closer. Maybe it is a surface group. Carrier group, 60 miles away. Yeah, go for it. So, chase it down. At least you're between us and them, so if it does have, you know, 17 surface ships, and see now that sighting just jumped way over there. So we might want to break that again. And make sure that battleship group's actually heading somewhere productive. Let's update. Let's check that sighting one more time. That's a really weird sighting. 23 surface ships. Who's this guy from the Essex? Get that pilot's number, man. Well, we can still send the battleships that way. Whatever. I guess. We'll see. Maybe it is the big surface group with the... there's the Nagato. So, haven't seen her yet today. Or yesterday, I don't think. Let's see if we can put some torpedoes in you here. Slow you down a little bit. Because that's what we really want to do. Well, we want to sink them. But if we can't sink them with this massive carrier strike that we're sending their way, and there's a hit on the Nagato, then at least we can actually slow them down and mop them up with that surface group, kind of like we did last night. Which would make for like a double frosting cake at the end of this war for our battleship groups. But we gotta let our aviators get their punches in here too, because they don't have any carrier cover. We're not seeing any cap. So here's another torpedo on the Mogami. And unlike yesterday, I don't mind. They can put torpedoes in whatever they want. Hit whatever you can, boys. So, because whatever you slow down will just fall into the teeth of our battleship fleet here. And probably a follow-up strike. So, because I think we've got until dusk to run this battle here. So we're probably going to get 2 strikes in. So here comes another torpedo with the Nagato. See, come on. No. Not yet. And another. And of course, all we're seeing is anti-aircraft. Come on! Slow her down, yeah! She probably can't go that fast anyway. I've never looked at the top speed on her, but I know she wasn't considered a fast battleship. So, and it looks like they are trying to chase her down. So, and the Mogami. Oh. Of course, those might just be the first few strikes coming off of, you know, our little light carriers. The Ruyo, there is a carrier! Well, let's do something about that, shall we? So, I wonder if her flight deck is closed or if she just doesn't have any air group left, but because we haven't seen a single Japanese plane up in the sky yet. Don't waste your torpedoes on destroyers. Ouch! Stay away from that. If it's going to shoot you down that hard. Come on, this guy can come in there and get one. Come on. Nope. Just keep running. Keep going here. There's a Ruiho. Helldiver's coming in. She's got some good fires on her already. So chances are she's already pretty beat up. Damage control crew's probably tired. So, you know, so fuel lines and, or, you know, water lines have been cut. Things like that. So there's another hit. So we should be able to scratch her off here. I wonder if there's any more spooking around here. There's the Mogami again. A couple more bombs on you won't hurt. So... a couple more torpedoes won't hurt either. What else we got around here, though? Gotta find the Yamato and the Musashi. Because they're going to take more than a couple bombs or torpedoes. Or a few 16-inch shells. if you're really optimistic. So, Mogami, yeah, so we're going to slow her down good. We're going to slow her down good. Another torpedo and 2, she'll just roll over and that whole speed advantage will be gone. Yeah, maybe. So, but we did hit the Nagato. I bet you they're part of the same group. Here come Helldivers on her. Her fires are spreading. More bombs. More bombs. We might be witnessing the death of a great old battleship here. It's just getting absolutely just... these guys are just bird-dogging this ship now. I wonder if there's not anything else around here that's much bigger. So, come on. Come on. We'll take whatever hits we can get, though. Battleship's a tough bird. Tough, tough bird. Come on. Nope. Nope. Not yet. Here comes a whole nother flight. Because like wave off, it's our turn, man. Come on. Come on. There you go. One-hitted midships. So I'll slow her down, but good. And that's one thing in this game that's really disadvantageous. If you've got a ship that's getting really beat up, you can't detach it. You know, and say, all right, man, you're on your own. Give them a couple small boys and say, okay, be ready in case you need to pick a whole bunch of dudes out of the water, and then just book it with the rest of the task force. Most other naval games you can do that, but not in this one. The only thing you can do in this one is actually scuttle it. There's a Ruiho still up and running. Let's do something about that with some Helldivers here. I haven't seen those groups from the Lecture the Enterprise yet. Those will be the ones with the Dauntlesses. So once we see those, we know our strike's probably about half over. So yeah, these guys are just going to put some pain on this carrier right here. So kind of surprised we're not seeing any other ones though. So unless we actually did sink them all yesterday, which is entirely possible. Wow, I think this one's cooked. Yeah, this one's done. Oh my god, there's a whole nother flight. Come on, guys, go find something else to bomb now. They don't know that. They can't see that from that high. All they see is a flight deck, which is a target. And we're going to run a whole nother flight on her here, too. Oh my god. It's just merciless. This is one of those things where you don't have tactical control of this game, otherwise you tell these guys, wave off, abort, you know, go find another target. Of course, dive bombers would be at altitude coming in, so it would take them forever to get back up to altitude. Not so much with the torpedo bombers, of course, they can just circle back around. But Dive bombers, I guess you could skip bomb it. That'd be kind of dangerous with a dive bomber, I think. But I don't know, I've never tried it. Never tried it. So, oh my gosh, yeah. I don't think there's much carrier left to hit here with this one. Same thing with the Mogami. I don't think there's much cruiser left to hit here. There's the Nagato. There's probably a little bit of battleship left there to hit. So let's see what we can do here. Yep, there's another one. And nope. And well, maybe. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. This is be absolutely ruthless here. So, but again, I wish these guys would push forward a little bit more. But again, I mean, it's only 8:25 in the morning. We can flip the strike back around and hit anything else that we spot. Because I think this was sighting number 1. We might have to go after that other one. That's got all the capital ships in it. There might be a carrier speed. There's a dive bomber pilot got a hit on a destroyer, man. He gets a bronze star. It's a marksmanship badge. If someone does it with a torpedo, that's even more impressive. So, nope, not today. Maybe the next one. Nope. Yeah, they're just going after destroyers now. So I bet you those capital ships and carrier and Mogami and the Nagato are probably done. So, probably done. Because your flight groups do prioritize their targets, you know, depending on what type of target it is. So if it says it's a carrier, they'll look for carriers first. If you send them after an auxiliary, they'll go after transports, usually. Not always. Go see the Coral Sea battle. Gato is still up and running, so not for long with a whole new flight of Helldivers here. Yeah. So this was, I think in the beginning of the war, this was actually the Japanese flagship. It's going to spend the end of the war in a very different spot. So, but actually she would survive the war in real life, and the Americans blew her up in an A-bomb test, if I'm not mistaken. So I think you can actually dive on it. Not if we sing it by next to Okinawa. It will be unreachable for 70 years. So, Mogami is still up and running. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. We'll start that fire again for you. But just going after these destroyers here. And that's pretty low priority target. So, oh my gosh, he actually hit one with a torpedo. That's amazing. You get a bronze star. So, nope, you don't. It's okay. You can look up to your friend there. So, 8:35. Let's see how long the strike goes. Mogami's still up and running. She's just going to catch everything now. Yep, she's going to catch a whole new wave of Helldivers here. We're probably not going to lose very many planes. I mean, we had a few that were shot down in the beginning, but it's not putting enough of a dent into our air group here to really give us that much of a cause for concern. And we can certainly flip a strike back around here in about 2 hours and maybe get one off back over target about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is more than enough daylight to get everybody back home. But some of these guys are already on their way back. So let's just keep running this. Probably have maybe 5 or 10 minutes more of bombing here. And guys come back home. Man, dang, man. Getting bloodthirsty. Getting the destroyers. Nagato is still up. Wow. So, come on, guys. One more hit. One more hit. Right between 1 and 2 turret. Here we go. There we go. I called it. Oh, that's mean. So that's just mean. All right. Run it 5 more. Yeah, looks like we're going to get our birds back here. Let's go ahead and break this. Check out our sightings here. That one is probably where the Yamato and the Musashi are. That one's just a small group. This is the one that we've been hitting. That's sighting number 1. So we want to go after 3 if we want to polish these guys off. It looked like there's a little bit of soup there too. Let's go ahead and move these guys. Enemy TG after sighting number 3. 120 miles. They probably won't catch them today. We got 13 hours of game time left. We're going to get one more strike back here. Let's get our carriers a little closer. I'm not worried about anything coming and fighting our carriers, because even our carriers here have a couple heavy cruisers with them, a whole bunch of light cruisers, and actually they got some of the newer heavy cruisers here too. So the Baltimore and the Boston. There's an Australian one right here. Yeah, I'm not worried. I mean, I wouldn't want to run into the Yamato and the Musashi, but we've got the Missouri or the North Carolina group between us and them, so they'll have to go through that group to get to our carriers. There's the Musashi. Torpedoes and you, yeah, slow her down. Come on, blow her rudder off, just like the Bismarck. Or take one hit in the engine room. We'll take that too. I need a fire though. You need to give me a fire. You need to give me a fire. These Avengers, these guys are getting shot down because the Japanese. I mean, if you've seen this ship compared to, and I mean most of you have, but you know, you see like the profile on top-down view of it, how it changes over the war, and by this point in time, the whole thing is just covered with an absolute swarm of anti-aircraft guns. And there's the Haruna, so we got another battle cruiser right there. Huh, I wonder if he's got the Yamato and the Musashi and the Haruna, and I think he had... What's the other one? I think they had the Congo with them. There's 2 hits on a heavy cruiser. This is the Enterprise group right here. So it looks like they found that heavy cruiser group. Kumano, yeah, there's quite a few heavy cruisers here. We could have a surface fight today. We could absolutely have a surface fight today, but we got to get our birds back here. There's the Tona, our old friend, the Tona. So we've seen in quite a few battles. She was almost always with the carriers because she had a big flight deck on the back of her for seaplanes, so they could use her as a scouting vessel in just about every battle. So that's why you see her a lot. Okay, our strike's coming back. Battleships, I think they might get away. Unless we can hit them again with the carriers here. But that's going to take, let's see, we'll run this till about, let's go ahead and run it till 11. And we don't have to send everything back at once. We can just kind of stream these guys now. Let's just see who's actually up and ready. Oh, no, Yorktown's still on air ops. Hornet looks like they got most of their guys back. But we've got plenty of daylight. Let's just go ahead and run another hour. Let's pour on the gas. All right, catch them. Hopefully a couple of those hits will slow them down, unless they're, you know, like willing to sacrifice heavy cruisers to keep us away from their battleships. And speaking of that, what was the other battleship they have? Nagato, she's donezo. The Congo and the Haruna. And I think we just put a hit on a couple of them. Let's turn this, flip the strike back around, give these guys an hour to grab some sandwiches. Give our crews a little bit of time to top off the tanks, refill the machine gun bullets, rearm the bombs, and here we go. Let's do this. We are going after... Nope. Apparently we're not going after anything. Why not? We have air. Naval sightings. Nope. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have clicked on the wrong damn thing. Sighting number 3, 260 miles. You guys are in range. Ooh, you're not in range from these guys. That sucks. 240 miles. Uh-oh. Run this. We're not going to launch a strike after 2 o'clock. But we can definitely launch one at 1. But, you know, I'm getting kind of greedy here, too. Let's just see how far that guy is. Minor, still at 240. Okay, just in range. Go ahead and do it. Let's do this. Let's do this. So you guys will be running on fumes on the way back, but we will steam towards you and pick you up. We are all going after number 3. Those guys didn't have any... Can their Avengers not reach? They just don't have enough of them. What the hell? We'll send the Hellcats anyway. Yeah, they can. Like in real life, what the Hellcats would do is they would just strafe the crap out of these ships and suppress all their anti-aircraft crews, which was just uniquely terrifying. You don't hear about those stories too much until you dive into some of the late war reading, more so from the American side because there's not much From the Japanese. Oh, none of these guys from the Enterprise can read. The Dauntlesses are definitely out of range. Bummer. Same thing with the Lex. Princeton. Do you got any Avengers? Nope. They can't make it either. So cancel that. What about San Jacinto? Do you have any Avengers left? Nope. They're not going to make it either. Essex, come on. You got some Helldivers left? Yes, and some Avengers. I'm going to go ahead and send you guys. Cowpens, maybe? No, don't have enough Avengers. And Langley, maybe? No. Alright, we'll just leave them home. And we'll steam our guys towards them here. That'll be more than enough to pick up those dudes. We'll still keep that battleship group between us and them. Alright, and right now we can't provide any cap cover for our battleship group, but I'm not too worried about it. They might be able to send a few planes over here from Okinawa. Who knows what they have there. They might have some interesting planes there. But they're not going to be... Oh, look at that. We got a service combat. Here you go, guys. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Let's see. Surface. No, it's the little guys. I'm sorry, dudes. Well, when in Rome, expend ammunition. Oh, dang, I was getting excited there. We almost had it. Almost had our battleship fight. But let's see. If they all get away. Run. They all got away. We still might be close enough to provoke this battleship flight. We got 7 hours left. So let's just make sure we're moving towards the right one. Enemy TG. Capital. Sighting number 3. It says they're 0 miles away. We might get it, guys. We might get it. Okay, yeah, here comes some Peggies in on the North Carolina. So, you know, these ships have great AA, and they're tough. So I'm not too worried about level bombers. I've said that earlier in the war, much to my chagrin. But we got the best we can get. So, the U.S. fleet without air cover does not get better than this one right here. So, I'm happy. I'm not. I'm fine. We'll put it that way. I'm fine. Look at these. These are Babs. So rare plane. Rare plane. Okay. Late war design. So Japanese had all kinds of weird airplane designs towards the end of the war. A lot of them were copied from the Germans. Coming in on the Iowa here. Not so much. She still got some hail damage on her from a couple scratches from yesterday. So they'll buff right out. No problem. Be ready for Tokyo Bay. Maybe sooner than we thought. Oh, they're so close. God, I'm so greedy. I want this fight so bad. I've never had this fight in this game. So I said that last time. Maybe the game will only give me one. But you never know. 15:25. Got a couple hours of daylight left. Still got that strike coming in. So that just disappeared into nothing. And is now coming back. Well, boo. That's no fun. That's no fun at all, man. Oh, looks like they're going to get away. Lame. That strike, you check that out. That strike just turned around and went back home. So there's nothing here, boss. So maybe there isn't. Capital, 0, minor, and a minor. Oh, what the Sam hell? You think they're supposed to search? Oh, we're in crappy weather. These bastards, they got away in the rain. Got away in the rain. Look at that. Sighting number 3 is still showing up as that. 10:20 was the last time we spotted. Oh, man, they're probably spooking way up here by now. All right, folks. Well, I guess that's the way it goes. We don't get to scratch the entire Japanese Navy today, but we've still got 5 hours. It's possible. It's possible. We'll just go ahead and run this, but we're definitely not getting another strike in today. Looks like this group is on station here. They're not moving anywhere. So we got to move them towards one of the other contacts here if we have any hope of actually getting these guys, because that is probably a ghost contact by now, and we've been chasing ghosts. It gave us the slip in the dark, man. Go blow up this one. So, oh, wait a minute. There's got to be, come on. Got to be something there. Minor, force of 5, force of 2, and this one still shows a capital of 16. But it has no update since 10:20 this morning. Man, they're spooking around in there somewhere. How about these other two sightings? Yeah, I'm frustrated. They get so greedy in this battle. 1410, 1710. Yeah, they're way up there. All right. Okay. So we'll see you later when you do your little mission in Lady Gulf now, because you do have a couple surface ships left. But in the meantime, we don't want to run into anything gnarly here, so we'll go ahead and pull it back. All right, folks. Well, that was kind of a disappointing end, but the Japanese gave us the slip there at the very last minute, and so they still have a couple heavy surface units and a few maybe heavy cruisers, a couple destroyers. But if they have any carriers in that group, I'm going to be pissed. So I'm hoping we got them all. So they don't want us to have them all, but I want to make sure that we got them all. We've only got about half an hour left here before this battle is done. So we'll just take you all the way home here. Oh, no, we got another hour. So they're still spotting us, of course, and that's probably these guys down here. Marines are all unloaded on Tinian at this point, or I mean on Saipan. And there's our final screen, American decisive by 930 victory points. This is called a beating. Let's go see what we sank. That's a really high score. That's a really high score. 20 ships, 637 planes. We lost 376 planes. Wow, I thought we would have got more planes than that. We got all our boots on the ground over there. We never did get any bombard missions out of there, so they might not just be programmed into this one. But let's go take a look, shall we? Let's see what kind of damage we did to the Japanese. Here we go. Let's click on the carrier button. Let's see if we see any green carriers. Nope. And nope, we got them all. There are no Japanese carriers left. Look at that, man. They spooked all the way up here. They got all the way up here away from us. But let's go take a look and see what else we actually sent. Here's Aweigh with the Taiho group, which of course ran into our battleships in the middle of the night and came out much worse for the wear. So all of those guys, bottom of the ocean. Here's the Junyo group with Hio and the Junyo. We must have sank them yesterday, but then today we got the Nagato and the Mogami and the Ruiho, so we were able to clean up that group. And then last but not least, here is the Yamato and the Musashi along with the Kongro and the Haruna. They were with the Chitose and the Chigoda yesterday, and we didn't get a single bomb on them yesterday. It looks like the Musashi's got a little bit of damage on her, but she'll be okay. And so in the end, with our game of Carriers at War here, we did a little bit better than the Americans in this battle, but it looks like we might have a fight down the road in the future with whatever's left of the Japanese Navy when we decide to invade the Philippines with MacArthur in about 3 months. And that's what happened historically. The Japanese didn't have any planes left. They used their carriers as bait, so they're not going to be able to bait Halsey anymore. Whatever we spot in the Philippines in October, we're going to blow it up. They just don't have that much left. Or maybe they'll give up sooner. You never know. I don't think that's likely with the Japanese, though. So, but that'll wrap up our series with the Carriers of War here. Look, it's been a great run. I really enjoyed it. Again, it took me 4 years to do it. But, the minute I got an itch back to play this game, I mean, I've just been rolling with it here, and I'm glad so many of you have come back to join me on this one. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. We're going to have to think about what to play next. There are a lot of great games coming down the pipe, and there's a lot of old ones that we left in the past as well. So if you have suggestions on that, pop them in the comments. I am all ears. But in the meantime, we will call it from Carriers at War here. The war is a decisive American victory, which, we can argue that's a foregone conclusion in some respects. But the Japanese did give us a run for our money on several of their battles. They gave us a slip here at the very last end of this entire series as well. So kudos on them, kudos on the AI, kudos on the designers of this game. And we'll have to find something to share with you here again soon. So hope to see you all there. Take care now. Bye.